one very controversial issue regarding India's handling of Kashmir over the past 25 years. You talked about militants killing people, and militants, terrorists, extremists, whatever you want to call them, have killed a lot of innocent people, no doubt about that. But what about the role of Indian security forces, which have committed grave human rights violations against Kashmiris, including extrajudicial killings, torture, rape, all of which have gone pretty much unpunished? Amnesty says that 3,500 civilians have killed by Indian security forces, 800 cases of torture they document. To date, says Amnesty, not a single member of the security forces deployed in Jammu and Kashmir over the past 25 years, they said in July, has been tried for alleged human rights violations in a civilian court. That's pretty outrageous, isn't it, for a democracy?
Not correct. Several police officers, several security officers are facing cases. Some of them are in jail where human rights violations have happened. There, the officers have been put to trial. They have been punished sometimes by the army itself. Army has
so not by civilian courts, as Amnesty rightly points out.
Let me complete. By civilian courts also. In fact, under our government, we have instituted a new commission, Justice Kaul Commission, to try and punish those guilty of human rights violations.
Do you know,
those security personnel who are guilty will be punished.
That's good to hear. Do you know how many complaints brought against the army in the state have been dismissed as false and baseless?
Yeah. I mean,
do you know, what proportion?
There can be,
do you know what proportion?
In a situation like that.
It's a simple question, Ram. Do you know what proportion of complaints have been dismissed?
I mean, you can tell me from Amnesty report.
96%.
Yes, there
complaints are rejected out of hand as baseless. And then you wonder why people are upset in that state.
A number of flimsy complaints.
I'm sure there are,
like
but 96%.
How possible?
Do you accept that every human rights group in the world says that India is not taking care of human rights in the state of Kashmir?
No, that's wrong.
It's wrong that they don't, or it's wrong that every human rights group says it? Which one is wrong?
No, India takes full care of its people's human rights.
And most human rights disagreements, if not every, disagrees with you when it comes to Kashmir.
They have a right to disagree?
Of course they have a right.
They have a human right to disagree.
You can joke about that, but the right is the right. Let's go to the panel who are listening here patiently. Dr. Nitish Kaul, what do you think are the prospects of peace under a BJP-led government? Ram rightly points out that several Indian governments, not just BJP governments, have failed to solve this conflict, failed to resolve it. What do you think this government's going to do?
Well, you see, on the issue of Kashmir, actually, the Hindu nationalists are just a more extreme version of the Indian nationalists, because throughout the 90s, it wasn't the BJP in power. However, what they share is a more extreme version of the same argument that doodh mangoge to kheer denge, Kashmir mangoge to cheer denge. If you ask for milk, we'll give you pudding. If you ask for Kashmir, we'll tear you to bits. It's one of the most militarized places in the world. The Armed Forces Special Powers Act, which is an emergency powers act, has now been enforced for 25 years plus. So there have been, these tens of thousands of killings, women who are half widows, mass graves, mass rapes. It's a complete travesty of justice there. And the thing is that those people are being claimed in the name of a democracy, but really the concern is with territory, not the people there. And there isn't any genuine effort, most of the time, by this government included. In the past, they've said, insaniyat ke daire mein, in the ambit of humanity, we'll talk. Okay. But they don't. The Kashmiris are not involved.
Let me bring in Gautam, waiting patiently. Gautam said, isn't it fair to say that the BJP's non-docile diplomacy is doomed to fail, like the quote-unquote docile diplomacy apparently that went before?
I'm afraid the problem is insoluble, because the only issue Pakistan wants to negotiate sovereignty, and that's not going to be on the table. And I didn't know that Dr. Kaul was the representative of the Pakistan embassy in Oxford today.
I am not, and this is defamation. Excuse me. I strongly object. This is defamatory, and this is exactly the kind of anti-national label that they give to anybody who dissents with them. As a Kashmiri Hindu,
to make your point. Do you want to respond? Do you want to withdraw the remark? Do you want to withdraw the remark?
I do not withdraw my complaint. I also want to say,
is there going to be a peace deal under this government? Yes or no?
I think peace is going to prove extremely elusive because the demand will not be met.
Okay, thank you. Mahbub Khan, you spent 4 years as a correspondent in India, administered Kashmir. You even, I believe, received threats, you say, from the Indian government over your news reports on human rights abuses. What is your view?
I would say to Ram, if successive governments have failed in finding a solution, and you are saying that you are ready to talk on anything, so why don't you talk to Hurriyat, which is the main hurdle there now? And if you take them, if you engage them, even since Prime Minister Modi has come to power, he has refused or he has lost several opportunities. So first, I think you have to get rid of this, that Kashmiri, the whole Kashmir is integral part. That is the problem. You have to lead. If you are sincere, then you have to find some common ground. Otherwise, you are going to fail.
Ram, come back in briefly. I want to bring in the audience, so come back in briefly.
Yeah, my simple point is, Hurriyat can talk to the Jammu and Kashmir state government in our common minimum program. We have stated that as internal stakeholders, the Hurriyat can always talk to the state government. Hurriyat, we do not consider as a player in the international politics between India and Pakistan. They will be handled by respective governments. You are asking repeatedly what will happen. We will together work as two democracies. As long as democracy survives in Pakistan, we work as two democracies. We will not talk to a military Pakistan.